Well, thank you everybody for being here today. We are holding Friday's Heroes and Employee of the Week in council chambers this week because we also have our heroes from National Night Out who are going to join us today so we can celebrate that great movement in our city and actually around the country. So if you're not familiar and if you haven't been to a Friday's Heroes and Employee of the Week, what we do is each week we get a chance to celebrate the individuals that work for the city of Albuquerque, whether they're on the civilian side or on the sworn officer side, whether it's police or fire, and just tell our community the great work that's being done out there on your behalf and the people that go above and beyond every day. And then of course, every once in a while we'll have an additional ceremony like we're going to have today with National Night Out. So we're glad everybody could be here. We're glad you brought your family members so you could help us celebrate. So we're going to start today with our Employee of the Week. And this week's Employee of the Week is Carolyn Hidalgo. She's here with me, along with Barbara Bruin, who is our Director of Animal Welfare at the City of Albuquerque. And Carolyn's our Employee of the Week because of her quick action and compassion for a stranger and his dog. And she is, as I said, this week's Employee of the Week. This past September, Carolyn was driving home from work when she saw a speeding vehicle in a residential area. A senior citizen was walking his dog in the same quiet neighborhood. As the car sped by, the man's dog was unfortunately hit by the car. Carolyn saw the horrific scene unfold before her eyes, and she didn't think twice. She immediately ran over to the paralyzed dog and assessed the situation. She noticed that the dog was losing a lot of blood and needed medical attention. She maintained calm as she informed the owner of the severity of the injury, and she recruited nearby neighbors to help get the dog into her vehicle. Knowing that the dog would most likely not survive due to his injuries, she encouraged the owner to soothe his dog as she drove them both to the nearest veterinarian. On arrival, an emergency team examined the dog and determined that it was time for the owners to give a proper goodbye to their beloved pet. And although the dog lost his life that day, Carolyn Hidalgo's actions made all the difference during the dog's final moments. Her compassion, training, and ability to stay calm made her a true hero for the owners and their dog. Carolyn has been with the city since January of 2014. She typically works at the West Side Animal Shelter, although she does work out at the East Side Shelter as well. She's now one of animal welfare program managers for that department. And her essential duties and responsibilities include behavioral observation and improvement, the operation of the behavioral helpline, and the upkeep of the animal welfare's social media. And if you followed animal welfare over the last 4 or 5 years, since Barbara Bruin has taken over as the director, wonderful and marvelous things have happened. We've had critical decreases in the number of euthanasias performed at our animal shelter. Barbara can actually maybe give you some of the numbers. They're outstanding. Our adoption programs are robust, and we've got our community really behind this idea that we can judge our city on how we treat our animal friends. And they've just done a wonderful job. And so, Carolyn, you're a big part of that. We congratulate you this week. And I'd like to have Barbara maybe say a few words about Carolyn and about some of the other great things that are happening at Animal Welfare. Barbara?
Just want to say we're real proud and happy to have Carolyn as part of our team. This incident shows just how capable and compassionate she is. And she's already made a big difference, in particular for our dogs at the shelter, and I know she's going to make a big difference going forward. We have probably 400 dogs in our care, and they need a lot of behavioral and enrichment help. And since we've had Carolyn, we've been able to do a lot more of that, which means we can keep the dogs healthy and happy longer so they can find their forever homes. And that is our goal at Animal Welfare, is to get every adoptable animal out alive. And we've come a long way, and we expect to continue to improve. And we're looking to the community to help us do that by spaying and neutering their pets and keeping their pets, giving a pet a forever home versus just turning them in at whim, which happens during the holiday season. So I want to say thank you to Carolyn and to the mayor, and we're very, very happy to be here today to honor Carolyn.
Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you. So every week, what we do with the Employee of the Week is we give them a certificate that says as much, and the seal fell off, so we use our quality control department here and find out why that did, but we'll get you one that with the seal stays on. Also a letter for your personnel file, and then we have an Employee of the Week mug for you as well. So thank you for all you do. It's not an easy job, and we just appreciate everybody, animal welfare, and this is a perfect example in our community. Slow down. Slow down, take care of your friends and your neighbors, and let's go out there and take care of each other. So thanks a lot, Kevin. We appreciate you.
Thanks so much.
Today we honor APD Officer Eduardo Ibarra as this week's Friday's hero for his immediate response during a medical emergency involving an infant. This past March, Officer Ibarra was dispatched to an apartment in reference to a medical emergency. The caller reported that her 1 month old was choking. Officer Ibarra quickly arrived on scene and examined that baby and noticed that the baby was pale, motionless, and was not breathing. I mean, put yourself in that position as just anybody, not let alone a police officer. So immediately he began to perform the Heimlich maneuver on the infant, and as Officer Ibarra administered compressions, the baby began to make sounds as fluid came out of the mouth of the baby, but the baby was still having trouble breathing. Officer Ibarra continued compressions until our friends from the Albuquerque Fire Department and rescue arrived on scene. At that point, the baby was able to make movements and sounds, but was still unable to cry. The infant was then placed inside the ambulance where she received further medical attention. Officer Ibarra later drove to UNMH Hospital to personally check on the baby's health and saw that she had normal facial color, no swelling, and was breathing normally. Thanks to Officer Ibarra's quick medical attention, the baby was stabilized until the rescue units were able to arrive. And his immediate response was able to save the newborn's life when just seconds obviously mattered. Prior to Officer Eduardo Ibarra's graduation from the Academy in October of 2013, he served as a United States Marines for 9 years. Thank you, sir, for your service to our country. And he did two tours in the Middle East. During that time, he received 2 Navy Marine Achievement Medals and the Navy and Marine Corps Presidential Unit Citation. So we are proud of Officer Ibarra for saving this child's life, and we're proud of the work that he did in the United States military as well. I'm going to have Chief Roseman come up and say a few words as well, and then we'll present our Friday's Heroes coin. Come on, Chief.
Hi, good afternoon, or I guess it's still morning. You know what? Officer Ibarra ran into a situation I think most everybody in this room would not want to be placed in. Fortunately, through his life experience and through the upbringing of his parents, he was able to remain calm and knew exactly what to do and was able to take a horrific situation from a family and turn it into one that for many years to come that they will remember you forever. So on behalf of the department, I just want to thank you for your actions. Thank you for all that you do day in, day out, and we're very proud of it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. So, Officer Ibarra, what we have done is we've commissioned a coin that we give to our Friday's Heroes each week for this specific purpose of saying thank you, letting you know that we're grateful for your service. I know there's a family that's going to have a Christmas as a family this year when otherwise they wouldn't, and it would have been a very sad situation for them. So your dedication to your profession and to this department and to this community is outstanding, and we just appreciate you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. God bless. Every August, it's usually in August. This year it was August 5th. Neighborhoods around the country get together, and they do a couple of really, really important things. Number one, they get together as friends and neighbors, and that's what great cities are made of. They're great neighborhoods, and they're made up of great people. And Albuquerque's lucky. We have great neighborhoods and great people, so we're fortunate on both fronts. But it's also an opportunity to talk about crime and drug prevention and to bring the youth in and introduce people to the police officers and vice versa, and just really work together to make our neighborhoods better and make our neighborhoods safer. So on August 5th of this year, neighborhoods throughout Albuquerque were invited to join forces with thousands of communities nationwide for the 31st annual National Night Out Crime and Prevention Drug Event. National Night Out, as I said, serves several purposes: to heighten crime and drug prevention, support local anti-crime efforts, build neighborhood and strengthen neighborhood spirit, and then, of course, community police partnerships, and renew old acquaintances and establish new friendships by getting to know your neighbors. So each year, 10 participating neighborhood associations and 10 neighborhood watch blocks are drawn at random to win a $100 prize. So everybody that puts in, how many do we have this year, Steve?
A little over 125.
So 125 neighborhoods got together this year, and that's outstanding. In fact, it's fun, it's interesting as the mayor, I want to get out to these events, I can get to about 3 or 4. So to try to, we try to, every year we try to get to a different event somewhere else in the city, and then we send all of our directors out, and we can't even cover it. So that's a real testament to our neighborhoods. So every year we have the random drawing, and 10 neighborhoods get selected. We want to make a special thank you to Target Corporation and to the Albuquerque Block Captains Association for making these prizes available. Target is always doing great stuff in our community. It's not just where we shop. They're a great corporate citizen for the citizens of Albuquerque as well. So thank you for your generous donations. So Target and the Albuquerque Block Captains Association, along with APD, are always looking for ways to protect our community. And the award recipients today are encouraged to use the money to create a more safe and secure residential neighborhood for you and your friends. So a special thank you to Steve Sink. Almost everybody in the neighborhoods know Steve. He's not just the master statistician for all things crime related and helping us use data and metrics to fight crime in our city, but he's just always there, a real great community leader. So Steve, thank you for that. And Roger Newell, who's my veterans liaison, also did a lot of work this year helping put these events together. So thanks for everybody that's helped coordinate. And what we'd like to do is I guess Steve will call out folks and come on up and get your prize, and then stick around and we'll get a picture afterwards.
Sounds good.
You want to do it from here?
Sure.
Real quickly, I'd like to also reiterate what the mayor was talking about in terms of our support. Target, again, they do a wonderful job. We have 2 representatives here. Thank you so much for what you do. The Albuquerque Block Captains Association could not do this without you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all your hard work. National Night Out is a wonderful opportunity to get to know your neighbors, but it's also an opportunity to get to know your law enforcement personnel. And for the 20 recipients today, there's another really good reason to host a National Night Out. So I'd like to start by inviting down the block captains that are here representing their individual block, and we will call your names out. We'll start with Lorraine Baca with Vesuvius Drive Northwest.
Great. Come on down. And when you come down, just stay down here and we'll get a team picture when we're done here. Go ahead. If you want.
Yeah, sounds good. Ann Hickman with Monte Alto Drive Northwest, or Northeast, excuse me. Charles Griego, 55th Street Northwest.
And thanks for coming.
Roger Brown, Storm Tower Southwest. Charlie Griego.
Thank you, Charlie.
Roger Brown. Lisa Chavez, filling in for her mother, Gina.
Fill around this way.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll have to be on television.
Lisa. And Diane Goodwin, Sandia Ridge Place Northwest.
Northeast.
Northeast, that's what it says.
No, it says northwest.
I'll see you there.
That's why we need neighborhood leaders.
That's right. That's right. Okay, the association folks with Fair Heights Neighborhood Association, Patrick Scott may not be here. We got word late that he may not. East Ridge, Laura Parada. Oxbow Park, Cindy Tran.
Thanks, Laura.
Embudo Canyon, Jason Lechterberg. I know I butchered that, Jason. I apologize.
Beautiful neighborhood.
Jason. Story Rock, Levi Bowman.
Jason, thank you so much.
Western Trails, John Padilla.
Remind me, make a little legit one.
Academy Park, Dan Arroyo.
Oh, okay, so it's different. Yeah, thanks.
Los Volcanes, Ted Trujillo.
Also, with the rescue mission, there's a lot of good work down there. How you doing, sir?
North Hills, Rose Assel. And Snow Heights, Laura Garcia.
Thank
job.
Let's, this is what, this is what leadership looks like. These folks get together, they spend their time and their efforts. They could be doing lots of other things. And the fact that you take on this, the role of leaders in your neighborhoods and in your associations really helps us be the great city that we are. So we're thankful, as someone who's lucky to serve as the mayor of a great city, to have great leaders in neighborhood by neighborhood. It really makes all the difference for us. So let's give them a big round of applause. We appreciate you.